Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I am in front of the camera and I am ready to share my 2022 planner lineup with you. I am so excited. I have been waiting and waiting for all of these goodies to arrive so that I could share them. I am so excited for next year. I think I have put together a really amazing planner system that's just going to work super well for me, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I can't wait to start filming in this. Some things I'm keeping from the same as last year, some things I am changing up, and I'm just really excited. So today we're just going to go through an overview of how I plan to start the year in my planning system, what planners I'm going to be using and for what, and we're just going to quickly go through each of the planners. For some of the planners where a little bit more depth would be nice to see, I have follow-up videos coming, namely my functional planner and my goal setting system. I'm going to walk through those in much more depth, so those videos will be coming over the next couple of weeks and ahead of the new year for sure. So I am just really excited, and of course all through next year you can see Plan With Me's in all of these planners. I will be sharing them here on my channel and as always on my Instagram at MyCraftyPlans, so you can always check here and there to keep up with everything that's been going on. So I have my planner stack sitting right next to me. It's pretty glorious and it's pretty large, and I'm really, really excited about that. Now, obviously, you can't plan in all of these planners all of the time. That's not really what they're for. Each of these has a very distinct purpose and I plan to use differently. So my whole thing is, I know a lot of people have like multiple planners that they use week to week. I do not like a lot of overlap in my planners. It's one of the reasons that I actually stopped using the rings and the bullet journal together, which I was a huge fan of for a while, but I just ended up double planning too much and I didn't want to do that. But I do think that there's space for more than one planner in your life. You just have to really decide what works for you, and then, you know, for me, that's to just not overlap things but still make room for multiple planners. There's never going to be one planner where I can fit absolutely everything in. Plus, I just like to try out new things so much. But at the same time, I only want my to-do list in one place and I don't want to have to put it in 3 different planners. That's also not going to work for me. It's just not sustainable. So some of these I'm going to call like main planners, and some of these are supplemental things to help me out. But I think that the way I've set up this system, there is actually very little to no overlap, and I'm really, really excited to try that out. So I am going to walk you through what each of these are, and then I'm going to switch over to the tabletop view to give you a quick show of them. But like I said, for some of these planners where something a little bit more in-depth is warranted, I will be following up with additional videos. So let's start with something that's not changing at all from last year, and that's my memory planning system. So I'm still going to be using an Artistyle Cloud next year, and I'm still going to be using Caress Press inserts. I just love it so much. It worked so well for me last year, and honestly even the year before that, which is when I started, and I just didn't want to make any changes to this. I absolutely love this planner. I love the inserts, and I love the way my memory spreads look. They are so special to me. So these are my main stickering spreads that you can always see as Plan With Me's on the channel, and I decided to keep it exactly the same. This is actually the same cover that I used last year, and I'm going to be using it again this year, but I'm going to set up the decorations different inside this year. I'm just waiting for some goodies to come, and also I bought a new binder to transfer my 2021 inserts into when those are all finished up. So that will be coming soon, but this is my cloud planner, and I did buy the 2022 dated Caress Press inserts. I have already showed these in a haul. I don't think that these need a super major walkthrough. It is that basic, you know, vertical column, 1.5 inch wide layout. I will show this really briefly again on the tabletop flip through, but I did just go with the Caress Press inserts again inside my cloud planner, and that will be my memory planner. Speaking of memory planning, one thing I did want to do is sort of expand that system a little, and I bought an Archer and Olive notebook. This is a B5 size notebook. Again, I've also already hauled this. It is an absolutely gorgeous journal that I'm struggling to get open the box of right now because I've been storing it in the gorgeous box that it came from. And it's got this moon and stars pattern on it, and it's really, really pretty, and the paper on this is so amazing, and I am planning on using this as an art journal and memory keeper for this year, because one thing that I really do miss about my bullet journal is sort of the artistic spreads, the freedom to bring in a ton of markers, to do some painting, all different stuff like that, and I do want to bring that back to my system, but in a less structured way. So I don't want to be dependent on this for my functional planning, but I do want to have the space and the freedom to to express myself creatively in a way that's not with stickers. So get back to lettering, get back to drawing a little bit more and painting. And in order to do that and have that all in a really special space, I'm going to be using this Archer and Olive notebook to do some art journaling. I'm not planning to use this every week. You know, it's going to be a more as I want to do it, as I'm feeling creative, as I want to play with new markers and new color spreads and all kinds of things like that. So I will probably bring this to my channel from time to time, and I will certainly be sharing things that I make in here on my Instagram, so you can definitely stay tuned for that. But I just thought that was a really great addition to my memory keeping, and it just kind of gives me the space to write a little bit more, to draw a little bit more, maybe even put in some pictures and things like that in a space that's kind of separate from my sticker kits, which I really love the way they are, and I didn't want to add anything to that system. Okay, so that is kind of my more decorative and memory keeping elements to my planner system. Now let's talk about my actual plans, like my functional planning system. So I have this split into two things. I am going to be doing the Moxie Life system for goals this year, and I'm really, really excited to try this out. I will be filming, one, a full in-depth review of the companion notebooks, which is what I bought, and two, I will be filming my whole goal setting process to make my annual goals, but also to bringing that to my monthly plan with me, to my monthly spreads in order to do my monthly goals, and incorporating this into my functional plan with these. I'm so excited to try the system. I have had my eye on this for a while. I love watching videos of other people work in this system, so I am just really excited to be joining the Moxie Life fam and just trying this out, and I can't wait to build a really truly amazing 2022. So that is my goal setting system. Okay, so this really feels like a drum roll moment to me. I have been searching and searching and searching for the perfect functional planner. I have almost bought so many different things, and I am so excited with what I finally got. I could not wait to get this in front of me. When I finally made the decision, I felt so good about it. Having it in my hands, I feel so good about it. So first of all, it's hidden right now because it's inside this absolutely gorgeous print-pression folio, which I bought before I even knew which planner I bought, which planner I was going to commit to. I bought this gorgeous folio, which is A5 wide size, because I knew that one thing that I did want to bring back this year is I really wanted to plan my functional planning in a spiral bound 7x9 planner. So classic size planner with a classic and gorgeous spiral, and I set out to find the perfect planning system for me, and I ended up really surprising myself. I went with a planner that I had never heard of before, and the planner that I got is called an Agendio. I'm going to pull it out of the spiral. I'm going to pull it out of the notebook. So this is my cover that I look like. If you don't know, an Agendio planner, it's pretty much the most customizable planner on the planet. You can literally print all of your own events on it. You can choose a million different layouts and customize it as much as you want. It was an entire process to set this thing up the way I want. I will have a full in-depth video going through this planner, but also going through the website process and some of the different customizations you can make. It is just insanely customizable. It is printed on gorgeous 120 GSM paper. I am just really, really excited. It's got a silver coil. It's ready to go. All of my kids' birthdays and family birthdays are already pre-printed in it. It is set up to be so functional, and I am just really, really excited to get functional planning in this, and I will show this very briefly when we go to the tabletop view, but I have another more in-depth video coming about this planner as well. Finally, to close out my planner stack, I have what I'm calling my planner helpers. So these aren't actually planners, they're both notepads, and one is a sticky note and one's just a notepad, and I find that these are really, really helpful for my planning system in general. They're not full-on planners, they're not things I use every week or every day, but when you need them, they're there. I keep them in the cart that I have next to my desk in case, so I can just grab them whenever I need them, and I have two different notepads right here. So the first one actually came in a recent Simply Gilded box, and I absolutely love it. It is a week on a page view, and it is, it's like a little bit skinnier than an A5 size, so it is a decent sized notepad, not like a teeny tiny sticky note. But it is not that large either, and you can always slip it in it's gonna fit in your planner pages when you need it. And I use this a lot when I'm filming Plan With Me. So if I'm filming in my functional planner, this really helps me stay organized and because sometimes, you know, I may be filming in the morning, but I think of something that I need to write down in the afternoon, and that's where something like this comes in, because I want to jot it down as soon as I remember it. And usually I would just put it right directly into my planner, but if I'm filming that week, I would stick it on this sticky note and then save it to put in my planner later. So this is my little filming helper for when I film in my functional planner, and it's really, really useful to do for pre-planning so that I remember everything that I need to remember while I'm filming. But if I'm not filming in a certain week, I don't typically use this, and I don't really need to pre-plan. I just go right directly into my planner. The second notepad that I have is a new one for me, and this is also from Moxie Life, and this is their daily notepad. So they make a planner in this format. I don't need a daily planner every day, or even most days, not even every week. But if you ever have a really, really busy day, I find that this is so helpful. So, and when I really especially find this helpful is if I'm working on multiple large things at the same time. So if I have a huge work project going on and something big going on in the house, I find that this is really, really helpful because it's got a time blocking section over here. So you can write in your hours and block off your time. If you don't know, I work for myself. I run my own business, and that is not planner related. It is completely separate from like the planner thing. I do freelance consulting work, and I have to manage my own projects. So sometimes if I get really busy or there's a lot going on with the kids and the house and work, it's really helpful for me to grab one of these daily notepads so that I can kind of block off what I need my day to look like. That being said, that doesn't happen all that often, and it doesn't happen every day. So I don't need a full-on daily planner, but this notepad is here when I do need it. And I have already been using this. There's a free printable available on their website, on the Moxie Life website, that is the same format as this. And that is how I ended up with this notepad, is because I had been testing that out on printables a few days this year already when I had some busy days, and I felt like I needed some extra structure in my planning and extra structure in my schedule. So that is what I grabbed on a really super busy day. All right, so let's just switch over the tabletop view for a really super speedy flip through. I'm just gonna run through all of these really quick. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, but also stay tuned because a lot of these will be getting more in-depth walkthroughs. So first of all, I have my two notepads. This is my This Week notepad. This is the one from Simply Gilded that I use for filming Functional Plan with Me's and Functional Plan as I Goes. So it's just got a space for the date, all of the weekdays over here, Saturday and Sunday split at the bottom, and then some top goals, to-dos, and notes. And I just find this really, really helpful for pre-planning, and it did come in one of the Simply Gilded boxes. And if I can remember which one, I will put it across the screen. Other than that, for these notepads, I have the Moxie Life one, which I realize you could not see at all on camera just because of the way that the lighting is. It has a space for the dates at the top, a focus for the day, a little section with 3 bullet points up here, a long to-do listing section. Here is that schedule section that I was talking about where you can time block your day. You can write in whatever times you want or convert that into something else. A little dot grid section at the bottom, and then a blank space for 3 little whatever you want to put in there as well. This is not printed on the same paper as is in their planners. It is a lower quality paper, but it is a sticky note, and you are just throwing it out after you use it. So I don't have a problem with that. Anyway, that is the daily notepad, and again, I find this super, super useful on a really busy day. Trekking right along, here are the Moxie Life quarterly companion notebooks. So what these are is it's just the goal setting system from Moxie Life and none of the planner spreads. So you get a front notebook that has all of the information about their system and the space to set up your annual goals. Again, I will have a whole in-depth review and flip through of these coming. Plus I will be filming goal setting videos, so you will see this a lot more soon. And then it has 4 companion notebooks. These are each last 1 quarter, so 3 months, and they have a monthly calendar spread and then space to write out your monthly goals and translate your monthly goals into weekly action plans. So you get 1 week on 2 pages for every single week in the month, and then each of these notebooks last 3 months. I will actually be setting this up as a traveler's notebook. I've ordered a cover for this, but it has not come yet, and I'm going to be setting up a decorative traveler's notebook to house all of these because I think that will make it extra fun. Then we have the Archer and Olive notebook, and this I already did film in a haul, but it came in this absolutely gorgeous box, and this is their 160 GSM paper. So basically it's essentially cardstock. It's nice feeling cardstock almost. It's not quite as thick as cardstock, but it almost is. And it is a dot grid notebook in a B5 size, so it's like about 7 by 10. It's a really big notebook. It's super nice. I love it. I can't wait to use it. It responds really well. I did haul this, including a pen test, but the basic gist of the pen test is you can use any kind of marker you want on this, including Sharpies and paint pens. You can even watercolor in here and nothing is gonna bleed through. It's really fantastic. So that is why I think it'll make the perfect sort of art journal space for me. So that is my Archer and Olive notebook. So here is my cloud planner. This you have seen on my channel a million times. I literally film in here every single week. I do still have my setup from last year, and I will be swapping this out for something else when we get to 2022, but I did just pop out my 2021 pages and pop my 2022 pages in for the video. There are a couple of differences between the Crest Press inserts between last year and this year, and it's mostly around the font and a couple of minor layout things on the non-weekly spreads, if that makes sense. Other than that, it's exactly the same, and the paper is the same. I did check with Maggie on that before I ordered. So you get a cover page here that just says this planner belongs to, and then you have a month like overview, a 2022 calendar overview, and then you have this weekly kit schedule, which is really, really cool. So usually I make this for myself and stick it in the back, but here it is already in the front. I actually may move both these pages to the back just so that I can start right on to January, but I did think that that was really neat, and it's got all of the weeks listed out for the year and the kit schedule on it. And then on the back of that, you do have these 12 little boxes where you could do monthly different things. I don't really know. I never really use those pages, but so that's why I'm thinking I might move those pages over to the back, which is usually where I keep my notes about how many kits I've bought and how many kits I still need to buy, and which is usually 0 because I usually overbuy my kits before I get to it, and also just keep track of what kits I'm using when. Anyway, then you go right into your monthly spreads. The tabs are printed on a slightly thick paper, and the first page of the month is printed on the back of the tabs. The tabs are labeled, and like I said, the layout for this is exactly the same, but the fonts are different. It's just like a more type font rather than the scripty font that was last year. And then you have your month, and then you have your weekly spreads, which look exactly the same. You have like the thin dotted lines so you can line up your headers, the lines at the bottom, and the box, and everything is super, super pale so that you don't really have to white out anything in here. I do feel like it's getting washed out a little, but again, this is the same exact layout and the same exact planner that I plan in every single month. And then at the very back, there's literally just one dot grid printed on the back of the spread. So I didn't do a pen test in here. It's the same paper as last year, and I don't want to ruin the only note paper that's in here because I'm not planning on using this because it's literally on the other side of the spread. So I'm not gonna pen test this, but it is the same paper as last year, and that's to say that it takes a reasonable number of pens, like gel pens and whatever you're using in your memory spreads, and it also stickers really nicely, and you can pull your stickers back up from this paper. So it is a really nice stickering paper, and it is like a nice 120 GSM paper, and I do really just love these inserts. So that is my Crest Press inserts inside my cloud planner for my memory planner. Then finally, I do have my Printpression folio over here with my Agendio planner on the inside. Again, I have a very in-depth video of this coming through, but I will just show you the layout that I got really quick. So you do have 2 years at a glance printed at the beginning, and then here is my monthly spread. So it's a pretty basic monthly calendar. I do have some custom things printed on here, and again, I will go over this in much more depth in my upcoming video. It's got like a little bit of a sidebar. It's just a really nice plain monthly calendar. All of this whole planner is printed in grayscale. Then after that, pre-made into this using the Agendio customization tools, I have a line-a-day memory keeper and a dashboard. So if you are familiar with my functional planning system, and if you've seen my recent functional plan with me where I do them in the inserts that I custom made, this should look really familiar because these are the exact inserts that I kind of made myself just in a pre-printed planner. It's also what I used to write out in my bullet journal. So this is my same monthly functional planning system, my weekly planning system that I have been using in custom stuff printed into this really amazing planner. So I still have my dashboard, and it's got a section for to-do, for videos, for work, scheduling appointments, notes, and next month. And then we go into my weekly spread here. These are 1.5-inch columns, so standard stickering width if I want to sticker with a double sidebar. So I have my weekend split and a double width sidebar in here. I just find that for functional planning, that is what I like because I don't use my functional planner as much on the weekends. So you can see, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. So we have a section at the top, which I will use for appointments and due dates, and then a to-do listing section, a section for my work, and a section for meals. So the only difference between this and the custom inserts that I made myself is that I had to move the work down below the to-do list section instead of above, and that was just working within the Agendio custom planner builder, etc. So that is how all of these work. And at the end of each month, you have your weeks. This is running a dated planner. And then at the end, I have one dot grid paper and then a blank page printed on the back side of the tab, which so I can use this with a more decorative setup if I want. And then this becomes like my sort of notes page that I have in the beginning in my inserts. I just moved it to the end in the planner. So then this gets you through the whole year. And then in the back, I do have some notes sections, a little selection of notes pages in here, some line and some dotted to take us to the end of the planner. Then the back cover matches the front cover, and I just have that slipped right inside the folio because that is how the folio works. So that is my functional planner, and I am going to throw it back to the front screen. Okay, so that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see my face, number one, but also getting to see my 2022 planner lineup, which I am seriously, I am just so excited for it. I am happy to have shared it with you, and I can't wait to start planning in all of these planners to getting them all set up and decorated for next year. Stay tuned. There is so much fun stuff coming to the channel this month as we start to get ready for 2022, and then stay tuned even more for next year when I get to start planning in all of these gorgeous planners. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and definitely check out my Instagram at mycraftyplans so you can see even more of my day-to-day planning stuff. And I will see you all soon. Bye!